The alarm sounds, ringing in your ears, a pre-warning that you set. Why? The world's broken, and it has been for a long time. The world's in a state of financial struggle, and it shouldn't be. There should be no reason, for there to be homeless, for there to be hunger. There's the system thrives on greed and power, and that's our problem. For the world to come into a state of harmony, we need to remove financial gain from our way of life. Do you understand? Regardless of whether there's financial gain or not, whether you want to do something or not, we all have to work. It's just that simple. And that's how it should be. Everybody works. Everybody goes to work. Doesn't matter what field of work you work in. Doesn't matter. Because we're all working for the betterment of mankind. We're not working for a paycheck week to week. For this world to function the way we live today, we all have to work. Everybody has to work. You can't avoid it. Even if you're physically unable to work, there's call centres, there's stuff. Everything that everybody does on this planet can still be done without financial gain. Problem is, the world's governments have to all come together and say, all right, this isn't working. There's too many out there in the world struggling, and there shouldn't be. Nobody should be struggling. Nobody should be wondering where the next meal's coming from, or how they're going to pay their power bill, the water bill, their car insurance, how they're going to get their car fixed. No one should be worried about this shit. What I'm trying to get at is this world could function quite comfortably without any financial attachments. If you know what I mean. A free trade system globally through all countries that provide whatever they provide. Their citizens working whatever jobs they work. Everybody doing what they need to do to get through their life cycle comfortably, as comfortable as they possibly can. And that should be the overall goal for mankind. Not the mansion, not the Bugatti. And with everybody being provided what they need to get through their life cycle as comfortably as possible. Every citizen on this planet, or their families, they're provided a house, cars, the groceries for free. You're working for it anyway. Why does it have to be attached to some sort of financial gain? It doesn't. The reason that it is now is because that's how they have control over you. Everyone should be able to come home from work after, and we shouldn't have to work 8, 9, 10 hour days. It's in a society that's not chasing a financial gain, because there's no quotas, there's no need to meet a financial requirement for a job that you're doing for somebody else. You've got to take all that away. That's all got to go. You should be able to come home from work after doing a 5-hour shift and go to the supermarket, grab what you need out of there for free. No, car's got to be registered. Just go to the service centre and get it registered for free. There's no need for rent. You don't have to pay a power bill. You don't have to pay nothing. Doctors are all free. Schooling's free. Everything's free. Because we all provide for each other. Doesn't matter if you're an astronaut or you work at checkout in a supermarket. Nobody deserves any more than anyone else. Now, if you take away financial gain, there's no more drug dealers. There's no more petty crime. Our prisons will be there to hold the true criminals, those with mental instabilities that can't function within society. The murderers, the rapists, the pedophiles. Those people who should be locked up behind bars. The rest of society is doing what they need to do to make sure that everybody, and I mean everybody, is able to comfortably live out their life cycle. I don't know why it's not like that. Unfortunately, I can't explain it any better than what I am. If it was written down, which it is, it's a bit easier to understand when you're reading what I've written. Me speaking on the subject itself might not come across very clean or understandable, but I'm doing it anyway. Because that's the way this world should be. If this world wants to be in a state of peace, harmony, and just total enjoyment, we need to get to that space, And religion is another thing. It's just got to go. There's so many religious factions out there that all believe that they're right. There's no belief systems. There's no financial gain. This planet would be so peaceful. It'd be an absolute gem. Now this one's probably going to push some buttons, because for a system like I just spoke about to work, you need to be sustainably capable of doing so. And I think currently, this is my opinion, I think currently our planet is overpopulated, and it's only growing. It's only getting worse. It's only going to continue to get worse. And the longer that we have a financial system in place, there's always going to be homeless. There's always going to be hunger. There's always going to be poverty. And the reason being is that there's just too many people. We need to be sustainable. We need to be able to keep life at a manageable stage where everybody's provided for. And with over 8 billion people on the planet, I just don't think that's it's possible to sustain a comfortable level of life with that many people. So a lot of things have got to be looked at. A lot of things got to be taken into consideration. If there's no financial gain, there's no risk of economic collapse. If we limit families to 1 or 2 children, just to get the numbers back down. That's not a bad thing, and it wouldn't be hard to do. Might take a lot of years, a lot of time. It's one thing we've got. Yeah. Working hours would be shorter. Holidays would still be the same. There'd still be people building jet skis and stuff like that. You can go and take out for the day with your family on your holiday break. And these are all these jobs that are being done now are all still going to be able to be done with the free trade system. And go and take the family to Sweden, jump on a plane and go. Go and have a holiday in Sweden for 4 weeks and come back home, back at it. Or if you want to move to Sweden, move to Sweden. If the environment and the climate suits you better there, go and live there. You shouldn't have to be limited to where you can go. You want to go. Because we're all still doing for each other. When I look at it in my mind, it's fantastic. No more stress, no more depression, no anxiety, no long shifts at work. A lot of time spent with the family, friends. experiencing a lot of the world while you're still young, because you're not working so hard to try and get the money up to go and do these things, because your requirements are met as a citizen. Yeah. Whether something like this ever happens, who knows? I don't think it will in my lifetime. I think the world's on track to destroy itself, to be honest. I don't reckon this world will live out another 1,000 years. And another thing, all political ideologies, they all have to go, you know. People talk about, socialism, capitalism, fucking communism, Democrats, Republican, all that shit. That's all got to go too. Just need to find a place in existence where everybody's doing for everybody else, you know. No wars, no militaries. Although obviously the paranoid of the world, the powers that be now, for something like this, if something like this did happen, they want to have a military some form of military power, just in case some form of outside entities come to invade us. It's not going to happen. What's it going to take, How do you convince the world that, the way we live right now is just not working? We need to change. We need to do it. How do you convince them? Mr. Putin, Mr. Xi, Mr. Trump, How do you convince the world that just it needs change? And they're the powers that be that can help make this change. Why they don't want to is beyond me. Maybe they don't want to lose that mansion they got, because it's not a requirement. There'd be no politicians with a mansion in that world, in the new world. You get what you need. If you're a single man, no kids and no missus, you don't need any more than a one bedroom. You get the requirement you need to get through your life cycle as comfortable as possible. As your situation changes, so does your environment. Why can't it be like that? Why can't it be like that? Now, before you all decide you want to cut my head off, just take a minute to consider the homeless out there in the world, the poverty-stricken countries, the people, in well-developed countries that are in struggle, families without a home, people struggling to eat, people that can't get a job because of the situation they're in. All of these people would have jobs. All of these people would have a roof over their head, would have food in their stomachs. I just want you to consider and look at that, Remove financial gain and create a system where everybody gets what they need to get through their life cycle comfortably. And it's going to be a happier place, 100%. I don't know. But the state the world's in at the moment, I don't think it's going to get easy anytime soon. World's going to really hit a state of struggle unless these wars stop. Pointless wars as well. There's no need for any of them. How many wars on this planet were started over religion in the beginning? Oh, come on. Over oil. Over just crap. That's what they're fighting over. They're fighting over crap. I could go take a dump in my hand and that's what they're fighting over. Crap. Should be no need. No need for any of it. And, you know, so many people have racial ideologies and shit like that now too, you know? It's ridiculous. So if I could give the world leaders a message, it'd be just stop. Stop, sit down in a circle and just say, enough's enough. Because I can promise you now, you know, if you've gone through my earlier videos, everybody's going to have to face some form of judgment for their actions on this planet, whether they're aware of it or not. Told you, it's a learning experience. It's all about finding understanding. If you can't find understanding and a better way to live life, unfortunately, you're going to be recycled back onto an unstable planet with an uncertain future. It's just the way it is. If we can get to the point where everybody's where they need to be, it'd be amazing. Alright guys, going to end this one and probably start to get to work on episode 6. So we'll go back to where we began, piece that all together, and hope you are enjoying it. Thanks guys.